I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man burning out his fuse up here alone. So go a few lines from Elton John's 1972 ditty, Rocketman. That's also the title of a musical fantasy film about his breakthrough years. Screening on May 31st, 2019, Rocketman highlights these interesting facts about the legendary rock singer. Number 5. A Royal Academy of Music prodigy. Born Reginald Kenneth Dwight, Elton John grew up musically inclined thanks to his parents who were music lovers and keen record buyers. At the tender age of 3, John picked out on the piano the melody of a 19th century classical piece, making him the family's instant musical prodigy. He started formal piano lessons at 7 and developed a skill for composing melodies. Then, a junior scholarship at the Royal Academy of Music came John's way at age 11. At his entrance exam, his tutor played him a 4-page piece by Handel, which John promptly played back to the examiner by ear, almost note perfect. For 5 years at the Academy, John enjoyed playing Taupin and Bach and singing in a choir during Saturday classes, but he wasn't as diligent. He was quoted saying, "I was one of those children who could just get away without practicing and still pass, scrape through the grades." Yet, John was considered a model student by his instructors who saw great potential in the future musical icon. Number 4. Musical partnership with Bernie Taupin. When the bluesology band Elton John formed in 1962 didn't prosper, he went solo and in 1967 applied at Liberty Records. At that time, Bernie Taupin, a lyricist and poet, also tried his luck. Both were still strangers to one another and shared the same unfortunate fate. They failed the audition. But it was fortuitous as their paths crossed. When John said he couldn't write lyrics, he was given a random envelope containing Taupin's poems, for which John wrote the music. When they finally met, they recorded their first song, Scarecrow, and an enduring musical partnership began. As collaborators, they respect each other's strengths. Taupin writes the lyrics while John writes the melody. Their 52-year-long partnership has produced more than 30 gold and platinum albums and countless chart-busting songs. Most memorable of the songs they wrote was Candle in the Wind, in 1997 dedicated to the late Diana, Princess of Wales. It sold over 33 million copies, making it the second best-selling single of all time, which has immortalized John and Taupin too. Number 3. Relationship with his first manager and former lover, John Reid. When Motown record label manager John Reid met Elton John in a 1970 Motown Christmas party, sparks were missing. In fact, the Scottish Reid dismissed the singer as a dumpy little guy in a funny suit. But the funnier thing was, they moved in with each other just a few weeks later and shared a love nest in an exclusive apartment. Their relationship just wasn't personal, but professional too, as John became Reid's client as a music manager. 5 years later, their sizzling romance fizzled out, but their business relationship continued. Reid had seen John at his lowest ebb, battling his own demons and grappling with lawsuits and divorce. But sadly, their client-manager ties ended in 1998 when Reid's spending spree was leaked and published in the Daily Mirror. It angered the rock star, and a legal battle ensued in 2000. Eventually, Reid settled out of court by paying John £3.4 million. Despite the ugly ending, their business alliance undoubtedly brought them a massive fortune. Number 2. Struggles with depression and substance abuse. By the mid-1970s, Elton John has attained international superstardom, which could be attributed to his passion and commitment to the craft. In 1975 alone, his autobiographical album Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy debuted at number 1 in the US and stayed there for 7 weeks. 5 months later, John's 10th album, Rock of the Westies, became number 1 again in the Billboard 200 upon its release. Success intoxicated John, and soon the pressures of stardom took a serious toll on him. He struggled with depression and substance abuse. It reached a point where during the Elton John Week in 1975, he attempted suicide by swallowing 60 Valium tablets. His cocaine addiction persisted in the 80s despite the rise of the AIDS epidemic. In 2017, John shared how his blessing of fame turned into a curse. "Once I hit the pinnacle, happiness became elusive and darkness crept in. I lost my own humanity in an excess of drugs, alcoholism, and eating disorders." John successfully sought treatment and channeled his energy into creating his own Elton John AIDS Foundation. Number 1. Acceptance of his sexual orientation. When it comes to the romance department, the rock star swung both ways, but not necessarily enjoying both worlds. In an October 1976 issue of Rolling Stone magazine, John was asked if he was bisexual, and his reply was straightforward. There's nothing wrong with going to bed with someone of your own sex. I don't think it's just me. It's not a bad thing to be. Before he gained popularity, John was engaged to Linda Woodrow, but he didn't love her and felt trapped in their relationship. In desperation, he contemplated suicide, but his friends enlightened him to abandon his marriage plans. This experience inspired his hit song, Someone Saved My Life Tonight. John then met John Reed, who became his lover come manager, but their love turned sour after 5 years. Then on Valentine's Day 1984, John surprised everyone by marrying sound engineer Renate Blau, the woman he loved and admired but caused sadness due to his denial of who he really was. Their marriage ended in 1988 when John came out as a gay man, proud and happy. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel for your daily dose of voodoo videos.